Hey guys, J0, how you doing? I hope all is well in YouTube land. You only get one arm because the other one's got the camera. Today we're going to use the GoPro camera, I think it is. A little bitty thing that I can strap onto this chest rig thing. And we're going to go run some traps this morning. I usually don't make this kind of video, but this is one of them things that's part of the life that I live. So I am not by no means an expert trapper. I am not like some, super awesome mountain dude that does furs for a living. I'm just a guy who tries to manage the population of predators and critters in our area and get ourselves some fresh meat and some fur in the process that we can use for crafts and whatnot. So we're going to jump in the mule and we're going to go run some traps. I set 8 traps, 8 traps, I believe, yesterday afternoon. And so now we're going to go check them. And then I've got a couple of things I got to do in town. And then I'm going to set some more sets out later on this afternoon. For the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be trying to trap specifically coons. Coon trapping season ends on the 31st of January. And then after that, I'll be out trapping coyotes and beavers. I was been waiting for the weather to turn cold, but it hasn't. The weather has been terrible this winter. We haven't had winter yet, and everything is mud everywhere you go. It's mud and rain and slop and mess, but we'll wait as long as I can. So now I'm going to try to get out and get some fur and get some fresh meat, and we'll go from there. So we'll see you guys in a bit. I will say this too, I've made a couple of trapping videos on what I do, but if you're looking to get some really good trapping videos and instructionals, there's several different channels. Jason at the Bear Homestead, he has got some good instructional videos on trapping and different types of traps. And then there's a dude named Coon Outdoors. He's out in Illinois. He also does some really good trapping videos. If this is something that you're interested in or perhaps want to get into at some point, those are a couple of channels. Of course, Sam Wood Outdoors. Those are a couple of channels that you can go to and watch to learn a little bit more about trapping and different kinds of traps and so on and so forth. I am not the dude to be teaching that because I'm not really even any good at this. I just do it because every once in a while I get lucky. So I'll leave links to them 3 channels. You can check them out. Tell them J0 sent you. And you may not like the dude, but they put out good information and it's a good instructional stuff. So anyway, we'll see you in a bit. We're on our little creek here. I'm checking the set. I got a set down in here and I can see there's nothing in it. And I've got a set down there by that culvert. And I can see from here there's nothing in it either. So I hope this little camera's doing good in the in this light here. It's a beautiful sunrise. Supposed to get some weather later. We got a red sunrise. What's that old saying? Red sky in the morning and sailor take warning. Red sky at night and your hat's on too tight or something like that. I don't know. But nothing so far. Beautiful morning to be out. First set, we got this big old possum here. We're out here this is where we feed the cows. This is some of the beef cows on the creek. And this first set here, these animals come up here into this manger here and try to feed on the leftover cattle feed and the grain. And this is a good sized possum. We're going to go ahead and take him out because, you know, possums and coons, it's all a part of management. You know, this little guy, if he gets into a hen house up here on the creek, he's going to do some damage. And also, you know, the wild population, wild turkeys and baby bunnies and stuff like that, you know, they'll do some damage. So it's always good to take these critters out when you can. The fur market is not that great, so we'll just skin him and tan him and make a wall hanger or something out of him. And then we'll reset this set right here. So let's get him took care of. All right. Oh, geez, I fell down. All right. Coming out here to another blind set on this trail. Got a raccoon. Again, do some damage on the chicken house. And you know, come to springtime, when the turkeys and the quail and stuff start nesting, this little guy will do a lot of damage on those nests and those eggs. So it's all a part of managing what you have around. Let's get him took care of. All right, another blind set here by this culvert. Culverts are great, especially when they're going over a busy road. Got another raccoon, pretty good sized coon. You guys that set on sign, you'll catch the critters. So we'll get him took care of and reset this. This is our second coon of the day. Alright, we just caught that guy, and right here I had a dirt hole set up, but I'm going to take it out because the only trap that I had with me yesterday was a big #2 Duke, and I'm going to take this trap out and reset it. Come back later on today and reset it with a dog proof or a 1.5. This was kind of like an exploratory coyote trap. But it ended up catching that coon. Pretty good sized coon, not a giant. There's some big ones out here. But I'm going to move my coyote sets, I think, back up that away, because these cows, these dairy cows, some of them are starting to calve, and we just don't want the coyotes out here chasing after the calves. The farmer asked me to come out and try to do a number on the coons and the coyotes, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'll show you the reason that we need to get rid of the coons, or at least thin them out. I'll show you that reason here in a minute. Not only does he have chickens and other little critters, but we got the big silage pile that we use to feed the dairy cattle with. There's some beef cattle up there too. And the coons that get on top, well, I'll show you when we get there. All right, that's the silage pile right there. That was 1,000 tons of corn silage, which is what this gentleman uses to feed his dairy cattle with, and his beef cattle. And dairy cattle are pampered and pretty high dollar cattle, especially when you're milking them. And he's got a pretty large herd, and that's a lot of work. That was a lot of work back in the summer and the early fall to get all that silage in, and that's a lot of work, and that's their livelihood. And what them coons will do is they'll come in and they'll get on top of the plastic. They'll climb up the tires that's holding the plastic down, and they'll get on top of the plastic, and they'll poke a bunch of holes and dig holes. And then when we get some weather, that part will get wet, and if it stays wet enough long enough, it starts to mold. And everybody knows what happens when you feed moldy feed, when you feed bad feed. So for him, these coons are starting to be a problem, and this is one of the reasons why I'm down here making sets. And I've only got 8 sets out right now. I'm gonna do some more this afternoon. 8's what I set yesterday. But we didn't do too bad. We got 3 coons and a possum out of the 8 traps, so that's running 50%. We'll get some dog proofs out here, and I saw a coyote this morning, so we're gonna have to do some coyote sets too. But anyway, that's the reason why. And then we've got the chicken houses and all the regular barnyard critters that the coons and the possums get up here after as well. So we just got to thin them out a little bit and do a little bit of management on the wildlife in this area. I know a lot of folks don't like the trapping videos, and they think it's cruel, but you know, it's just as cruel to let these critters get out of control. And next thing you know, you've got a whole bunch of dead chickens or a couple of dead calves. You know, this is our livelihood. This is how we live, and we can't afford to have predators, taking out our livestock. So anyway, we'll see you back at the house. Well, there we have this morning's catch. We got the 3 coons. One of them was in the culvert and is muddy and dirty. We'll wash him, and the 1 possum. But we got some fresh meat and some furs that we can make some things out of and sell to make a little bit of money. And like I said, this is part of the lifestyle that a lot of folks don't like, but that's exactly what it is. It's a part of our lifestyle, managing these predators and just trying to make our place a little more productive without having any kind of unnecessary loss from these predators. And also, like the wild turkeys and the quail and the rabbits and so like that stuff that we hunt as a part of our food supply, these kinds of animals. I heard a guy say that a coon can eat a turkey nest or a quail nest every day for 6 weeks while they're on the nest, and that does a lot of damage. So it's always good to manage all of the wildlife population, and this is one way that we do that. So sorry for the unpleasantness. Sorry for all the folks who don't like to see this type of video, but these are things that we have to do to live the life that we live. Like I say, now we have some fresh meat, and we also can make a little bit of money on the fur to pay for the gas and the traps and so on, and it's just how it is. So I hope this helped, and I hope this gave you guys a little bit of insight, a little more insight to this lifestyle. I'm not going to do very many of these, but every once in a while we'll go along, because this is a part of my life, and this is what my channel is about, is sharing my life. So anyway, you guys, thank you very much for watching. You'll have a great rest of the day. God bless. The end.
Buzz, the end.